I'm in trouble.
What is that, sir, on your shirt?
Oh, that? Little camera.
Am I? Oh, no. I'm having a bad hair day.
You want to be a star?
Hey, welcome back to Real Boring Flips. We're out at one of my absolute favorite rummage sales of the year, and we're about to get into it here. Just as soon as I help someone move some stuff.
The box out of there, yeah.
Slide this one out.
I've gotten a little calmer in my retired age.
Oh, Mr.
Hey, how you doing, Jack?
How you doing, Kevin?
Catch up with you. Yeah, I got business.
So I've been going to this sale for the last several years. I missed last year due to my award-winning daughter's college graduation was the same day. But I try to come to this every year because I get great stuff like this Halo lock set, deadbolt lock set. Because this is basically it's a donation type rummage sale, I try to make sure I'm giving a good percentage of what I think I'm going to get, and sometimes that sometimes I end up getting more than I thought, sometimes I get a lot less, but it's always fun kind of checking out the other people. This guy was pretty peculiar. He ended up with, I think, a whole truckload of stuff. But lots of people, lots of people walking around, having a hard time getting around people. This particular room is the room that I normally would go straight to, and like there'd be tools, electronics, books, movies, video games. I didn't see a lot of the stuff I normally look for. So I just kind of started doing as much scanning around as I could. One thing I didn't get any of this year was cameras. Normally I get 2 or 3, maybe 4 cameras, maybe a camcorder. Just didn't see much. So I'm looking for tools that I want. Looking for Snap-on, of course. Just trying to use my spidey senses to kind of pick up the right pile and look underneath the box and open the bag. And one thing that was holding me back this year, it's been holding me back for several weeks, actually a couple of months now, is the tendonitis in my elbow. I just don't want to pick up and carry around a heavy bag of stuff. I saw Sony in there, so I ended up grabbing that. A nice little speaker, and then I did go ahead and grab that Limax adapter. Not a lot in the bag so far. Couple of video games and those 2 items. So it's gonna be a hunt. And unfortunately, with my hindsight as I'm looking at this video, I wish I hadn't spent so much time in this room. And now I just moved that, and it says CB radio on it. I did not grab that, but I did end up coming back in and finding it later. So grab that Korg guitar tuner. These kind of sales are funny because there's usually lots of guys that just want to hang out and talk, so you got to navigate. But I did find that I recognized it because I have the exact same one on one of our cars. Lots of stuff, lots of people. One year when I think the first year I came to this sale, I was working from home at that point. It was kind of in the pandemic era. And so I was able to take a break from work. And this was only about 10 or 15 minutes from my house. And got to the sale, got all lined up with everyone else. And then this is at a church, and I didn't get that bag. I probably should have. We were all lined up, and the pastor came out, and he ended up opening this door when they opened the main door. And so a bunch of guys ran right over and got in this room first. And I mentioned it to my friend later on about that, and so they said they weren't going to allow that again the next year, and the next year they had that door open again. So I'm always joking about that. Let me get in early. Let me come in before everyone. That first sale here, I also got a great, it was spectacular, very high-end espresso coffee grinder for $4, and sold it almost immediately for, I think, $500, $600. So I'm really looking for, I've been really into kitchen stuff. So I'm looking for coffee stuff. I did end up getting that. That's a Mueller French press. And they're nicer ones, so I grabbed that one. Of course, I'm looking for Wagner ware, looking for juicers, looking for bread machines. By that clock, we're about 7 minutes in to this sale. Lots of kids, so I'm learning how to blur. Lots of toys. I kind of feel like maybe I should have come to the toy section first, because I did get several items here, and I'm wondering how many I missed. I definitely look for military toys, and I do end up getting a few. I missed out on some great ones, though. I'm looking for Playmobil, Connects, Legos. Obviously, everyone grabs the Legos, but Playmobil's really been a great find for me this last year. Any vintage little figures. Now, I did spy those, and so someone, I don't know if they were a worker or someone else, but they just told me that up on the stage was a bunch of cars. And so I saw Corgi military, I saw some Micro Machines military, and I'm surprised that gentleman there, we run into each other all the time in the toy aisle at Goodwill, and he's always looking at cars. And so I'm glad I got to that before he did. So he definitely would have grabbed it. So now that I feel like, okay, there's some stuff in the sale, I'm on the hunt to see if I can find some more of it. That just wasn't, I didn't know what it was, but it wasn't what I wanted.
Thank you.
There were some like new packaged things, but nothing really jumped out at me as something that I was going to want. Here, let me get out your way. So there was some, the sign said antique toys, and there was some stuff in there that was older, and I really have tried to not buy stuff like that, but these packaged cars, I probably should have gotten more of them. I was, when they put stuff like this up on stage, that tells me they're going to ask a lot more for it. So I probably should have dug through there. I did end up going back and getting that Matchbox military set. I should have grabbed that M2 set. I like those. There's a tank I definitely should have grabbed. One thing to really like, Hot Wheels, you can there's just a million of them out there, but people tend to like the military stuff. I think maybe they make dioramas or something out of them. But I think I should have grabbed those. They were gone later. I did come back in and grab some more stuff, but those were definitely gone. So there's a big stack of Wagnerware that I do not see the entire time I'm here until I come up to pay later on.
Went the wrong way. Oh, I'm in trouble.
What is that, sir, on your shoe?
Oh, that? Little camera.
Am I? Oh, no. I'm having a bad hair.
Be a star.
I thought I was going to get thrown out there for a second, but she was just having a good time with it. So far she's the first person to ask me about my camera. And I typically try to wear shirts that sort of disguise it. But it's hard to disguise a red light flashing. They pack a lot of stuff in this place, and it does get a little bit crowded. So you kind of got to just be neighborly and work around people. And I'm looking for another coffee grinder. I'm kind of surprised I didn't grab that. That's a Cuisinart carafe. I didn't grab it, but I do have a few of those. So as far as I know, I didn't get that. Looking for some Hexclad. You never know. I've been really going after cookware lately, so always looking, and I recognized those lids, and so I was glad to see those, but at this point I was still trying to figure out where the heck the pots were. So there was a bunch of lids, and all the handles, well, those handles were removed. There weren't any fasteners for them, so I'm still trying to figure out where to get the right kind of fasteners for Wagnerware lids. I know the lids are aluminum, but I don't imagine the fasteners are aluminum, but I could be wrong. Let me know if you know. So I still don't see that big stack of Wagnerware pots up on the stage. In editing this film, I must have seen those pots in the video about 8 times and never saw them. In fact, I didn't even see them. I didn't record me getting them. It was when I walked up to pay when I saw them. So I did grab that lusterware lid. And I'm just trying to find any kind of pans or pots that have some kind of identification so I can at least get a comp on them, and a lot of these just don't have anything. See that pan over there looked like a Wagnerware, but it was something else. And that one did too, but it was totally something else. I saw some more of those pans that have the weird kind of hook-shaped handles that I keep seeing lately in my thrifting time. I still don't remember what they are, but I don't think they had any value. There are so many people in here. So back in the first room I was in, they also have books, and being that this is a church, I definitely look for Bibles, Bible commentaries, and I found this set. I was glad to see it because I've sold one of those before, and so I was glad to see that set. You kind of have to crouch down and do the ostrich and look at all the books. There was a few there, and my tendonitis said no, don't grab these. I don't want to carry them. Like, I might have grabbed that. I like to get those big dictionaries if you can find the bigger, older ones, but definitely was not going to be wanting to carry those. The other thing I try to find are sets of kids' books, or sets of kids' magazines. Like just sold a whole set of highlights magazines. There's some right there. I didn't even see those until now. Funny, I just said highlights, and then there was a stack of highlights that I missed. I saw something down here. Well, I was actually looking for some Manfrotto tripods, but I saw this sprinkler, and I've been looking for those. I got a couple of them, but I'm always looking for ones like that. So went ahead and made that an awkward carry. Finally, I've got something awkward to carry around.
Excuse me.
I'm back at the same table, just hoping to see something I didn't see before. One year I was here, my friend Eric was at this sale as well, and he drove in his blue Honda minivan, and another lady drove in her blue Honda minivan. And when he got all done and paid for his items, he went out to put them in his van, and his van was gone, but her van was still there. And he had left his keys in the car, and this woman went out, got into his car thinking it was hers, and just drove off because the car started. And apparently she was gone for quite a while, going to garage sales, before she finally realized she wasn't in her own car. It was very comical. I get a chuckle out of it because on my way home, I was on a break from work, so I had to get back home to get back to work. And I passed a garage sale, and there was a blue Honda minivan at that garage sale, and I'm pretty sure it was her in his car. he had a fun YouTube channel talking about reselling. And it was all about trying to teach his kids basically economics. And a fun channel. I don't think he's doing it anymore, but he's very talented. Looking for any good name brand type of tools. Craftsman. I did end up finding all the drill bits for that set, and I took them because occasionally I need bigger drill bits like that, and they looked in okay shape. They're probably Harbor Freight, but you never know. Again, I'm still trying to limit the weight of what I'm carrying. What's kind of funny about this rummage sale was, I think a few weeks before the free rummage sale that I like to go to that happens a few times a year. And I found out later that everything that didn't go at this sale went to the free rummage sale, which is probably why I recognized some stuff at that sale. There was a couple things that I didn't get at this sale that I think I ended up getting at the free rummage sale. Still hoping to find some Breville cookery.
Yeah, I'm sure my husband is too. Is he here? No. Well, here's a bread maker.
That looked old, but I resisted. Put it back. Stay out of my bag. I don't want you. I don't want to carry you.
Sorry. Ready to pay? The line starts over there, please. Good morning, cute baby.
Can I drop a hold bag?
I'm sorry, sir.
A hold bag somewhere?
Do you have something started already?
No.
Okay. Let's have you come up here. What's your name, please?
Kevin.
Well, we are running out of room, Kevin, so let's bring you down here. Thank you. Yeah.
This one got heavy, so I'll carry the other one.
How about we put this down here just so we can keep it kind of open the hallway so we don't want anybody to trip.
Move this other way, maybe?
Well, those are for sale, so
Yeah.
we want to keep those to where
These-
people can see them.
Oh, I was just going to slide it in there, so. Do you have my tag or?
It's best to not have a hold area that's in amongst everything for sale, but hey, I figured tying it up would, and they put my name on the tag, I figured that was probably safe enough.
I won't be too long. I'm just going to go upstairs.
Okay.
I won't be too long. I've got another 25 minutes. I did go upstairs and I came right back down. It's all clothing up there, and in the past I've found some hats.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how are you?
Good. Find any treasures?
Oh, I think I got some good stuff, actually. I got a bunch of this here. I got another bag up there, but
Oh, nice.
you know what these are?
Oh, is that what's that called? I don't know that stuff.
These are the lids for Wagner wear.
That
No pans, but I got
was what I was
a
looking for.
ton of lids there.
It's funny. I've probably passed so much Wagner wear over the years, just not even realizing it. But, yeah. Good. I'm glad you found that stuff.
Yeah. How's it going with you?
Not great. Just random crap that probably won't sell. You're definitely there better.
It's the battle. Take care.
So I blurred him out. He's a friend of mine who didn't want to be on camera before, but I told him, hey, I got some great footage of us talking. So there you go, buddy. game looked interesting. I don't think I ended up getting any games here. Or maybe I did. I think I did get a game here. Hoping to find a big bag of Polly Pockets or so that caught my attention. It just set off my little spidey senses because it seemed like something I had seen before, maybe on another YouTube channel.
Excuse me.
There's the game I got. So if you're probably wondering what that is, it's one of those posters that you draw, like you color it in. And just seemed like something that I thought would be really good. And we're back. That was a great rummage sale. I love going to that sale. It's one of my favorite sales to go to every year. I missed last year because my award-winning daughter was graduating from college that day. So I missed out last year, but we got some great stuff this year. Now, I did end up going back in a second time. Actually, I just went in to say goodbye to a friend of mine, and it ended up grabbing a few extra things. So I'll show you those first, and then we'll get into things that you saw on video. So the second trip in, I ended up grabbing, actually, the first thing I found was this Cobra CB. Now these are great. I've sold these new before, and model number I'll give you is the 75WXST. This is a nice CB because it's pretty much all in the handle, in the microphone. Little box here, and then your antenna, of course. So really nice condition too. I've sold them new for $150, $170. So I'll throw up some comps for used condition for you, but this is great. And in back here, I found this bag of connects, and we've been buying bulk connects lately now that we have kind of a plan for selling connects. And so we will process this one into our inventory. And then I also got another case, which we will make a case lot, which is how we've been doing the initial selling of bulk connects. This is just full of wheels. And then when I went up to the stage to pay, there was also some higher priced items were supposed to be up there. There was a tote of like Hot Wheels, NASCAR, and whatnot, but there was a bunch that were bagged. And so I ended up just grabbing the bags plus these two items. So this is a Matchbox military set, new in the package. Now, it was originally $3.90. I don't know where that is, at Target or somewhere. So we'll give you some comps on that. And then this little car, I actually didn't realize I got this. It was just in my bag. But these were pretty cool. So a little VW. So throw up some comps if I can get some for that. These are really interesting. These are dinky back here. These trains are Lone Star trains, 2 Lone Star, engine and car. And then I think these were Barclay, little Barclay cars. Not familiar at all with those. And then if there's anyone out there that can tell me what these are, now I haven't even tried to Google Lens or anything, but these were so interesting to me, so beat up too, but obviously pretty old. So may not be worth anything, but it was worth grabbing at the prices we were paying. So that was second trip in, but let me take you through the stuff we got. on the initial trip where you saw us picking things up. Let me get this out. So in the back here, grab this. I've gotten a couple now similar to this, basically tripod sprinklers, because we have a lot of property and I don't have any sprinklers in the back where the big pasture is. So I'm hoping to use these to at least fend off the dryness during the heat of the summer. And then got another one of these. Now I've got a couple sets like this of these keypad deadbolts. This one is Wi-Fi enabled, so I'm gonna work on this. It's brand new in the box here, and again, all comps for all of this stuff, but we may end up using that. And then this I thought was gonna be great. These super tube posters, coloring posters. Unfortunately, when I got home and I popped this open, there's just some weird posters in there. Not the coloring poster. The comps, I think, I'll show you some comps for this anyway. I didn't look for sales, I just looked for listed, and just made me grab it at the prices we were paying. And then back in the back here, I've sold these before. This is the Old Testament, New Testament Bible commentary. So got the set of those. I got this, I think you recently saw me, you might not have seen this. I got this Tokaido game not too long ago that is, I want to say it's one that was like a demo for a toy store, and I believe that is. I'll show you a picture of the one I got, but this looked like either an add-on to it or just a complete another game. But grab that. Run through the stuff here. I wouldn't have paid too much for this, but it's worth grabbing if it's new in the package. This is a Lemax power adapter for when you have those little Christmas towns or Carol Town collections, and it just provides basically 3 power jacks for your little cities. Definitely worth grabbing at the prices we were paying. And as you know, I always get cordless phones. So I didn't see any chargers. I just grabbed the phones, but I probably already have these listed, so I'll just add my inventory once I double check them. And then back here, this stuff was in bags, so I saw Sony. I didn't even recognize what this was, but no, it's kind of a little Bluetooth speaker. So worth grabbing again at the prices we're paying. One of our Real Boring Flips mottos is if it's Sony, it's sold. Here's another Korg guitar tuner. I just got a more vintage version, but again, I keep repeating myself. At the prices we're paying, you're going to grab that. And then down here, I use these all the time, but this was a nice, clean battery tender. I have one just very similar to this that we use on one of our cars. So this will go to use in our household. Grab this set of drill bits because they looked very nice, very clean, and large drill bits. So I'm sure I don't have bits that large. They could be terrible. They could get worn out in half of a drill, half of one hole. We'll see, but at the prices. And then this was just kind of a neat little tool holder. It has a knife in it, or maybe a little saw. But I thought it was worth grabbing at the prices we were paying. And then here's a little set of Allen wrenches. I kind of keep these everywhere, so this is a standard set worth grabbing. And then here's a bag of pressure washer nozzles. So nice ones too. So we'll put those to use. Nice laser level, worth grabbing at the prices. And then here's some Craftsman. There's a bunch of sockets and stuff. I only found a couple of Craftsman, so grab those, put those in my tool inventory. And then I think the first thing I grabbed was actually these video games. I just grabbed the driving games that they had, mostly because I have some steering wheels and whatnots that I can always lump these together in. Not super valuable. Got a couple movies here as well. Here's the Blu-ray Underworld set. Here's a movie Risen. Here's a sealed Narnia. I think that's the Voyage of the Dawn Treader. Here's a Little Red Riding Hood alternate cut, if you were interested in the alternate cut. Here's a beautiful creatures, and then this was kind of cool. This was probably part of a set. Maybe it was like a bonus disc, but it's the Essential Guide to X-Files. I love X-Files, so we added that in. Also grabbed these. These were in a bag, mixed in with the toys. 2 new Schleich dogs, I think, and then here's some Playmobil sheep. So those are going to go into our Playmobil lots. And then come back here. This is a Mueller French press. And I've sold some other Mueller stuff, and I've sold some other French press stuff. This obviously was bought at Goodwill at some point in 2023, I think. But those are nice. I mean, when you pick up these French presses and they have like a nice heavy feel to them, I'm always going to grab those at the prices we're paying. Okay, now back here, this was great. Now I missed out. I don't think I got a picture of it, and I don't think you saw it on video, but I missed out on these huge military tank toys, like the kind that are, 18 inches, 22 inches long. 2 of them. I totally missed out on those, but I did get these, and these are Micro Machine military vehicles, planes, tanks, and then here's a couple other more military and some others. 2 little cases of those, and then I got 3 cases of, I think most of these are Corgi military vehicles. So great finds, because these were obviously taken care of. I think the earlier cars that you saw, and these and the big tanks, all probably came from the same person. But really nice pickups. I sold some other Corgi stuff. These aren't in the original packaging like I sold before, but really nice condition. So someone will want those. And then this was kind of a funny mystery. You saw me find these. So what this is here's a lid. No top piece for these. Just the lids. But nice condition. So 3 of those lids. I think they're slightly different sizes. Oh, and then 2 of those lids. And those lids, I did have the handles, but I just didn't have the screws. So if you just use stainless steel screws in those, I assume. I've got another one of these, so I'll just check the screws, get some more screws to match, put those handles on. And then I actually had a couple more pieces that were like this, that were broken. This is such a bummer, because I've never even seen one of these, the chef's skillet. Really nice condition too, just unfortunately broken. So I think it probably still has some value, so we'll see what we can do. I probably should have grabbed the other ones, because there was 3 more pieces just like this that were broken off that these lids went to. But I ended up leaving them behind. Probably a mistake on my part. But I did end up later, when I went up to pay, I ended up finding these sitting there. And they have marked $10 and $15. These are awesome. So the smaller one is the 4248P, and the bigger one is the 4738P. Great condition though, really nice condition with the lids. Just need screws. I'll tell you in a sec here what we paid for everything. Once I stack everything back up. I'm not even sure what those lids will work out to. And then I also found this lid on the floor with those other lids. It's a Lustercraft lid, vent lid. So I thought it was I didn't see any pan for it, but I thought it was worth grabbing. I thought that would have some value. So we paid $50 for the first run in, and then I paid $20 for this second run. I think I will be able to make back everything just by selling the CB radio. Again, awesome. I love this sale. Now I'm going to tack on to this video, because we didn't film, but we went to a bunch of garage sales, and I'll tack on to you that the haul portion for that stuff, because we got some great stuff there too. there you have it. Well, we're back after a trip to prompt care or urgent care and several garage sales and I think one Goodwill. So let us show you what we got. We didn't film, so we're just going to tack this on to a different, tacking it on to the thrifting video you just saw. So the item we got in Goodwill, we got a couple other items, but they were for personal use. I found this Star Wars X-Wing game for $6. It's a expansion pack. It looked like the comps they were selling for in the $40 to $50 range. This is brand new sealed. So I thought that was a good pickup. And the reason I picked it up was I saw expansion. So anytime I see expansion packs, I definitely look at them, new or used. In this case, it was brand new. So, and then the first garage sale we stopped at, I got this brand new Arrow Garden. I just sold one of these. It was brand new. That one, the one I sold, I think I sold for $100 plus shipping, but it didn't have the seed pods. And this one came with 2 sealed seed pods. They may be too old. I don't know. Not sure. The sell-by date was April 30th, 2025. So I don't know what the expiration on seed pods is, but that's really just you're going to buy more anyway, so it doesn't matter. And then and they were firm at 50, but I got it for 40 when I asked. And then I also got this just a movie, probably not worth reselling, but I always look for these steel case movies. This was only $1. And then we went to another garage sale, a couple more garage sales. This one we got this new in the box Reese kayak carrier, so it mounts to your car's crossbars. Brand new in the box. We paid $15 for it. I don't know if that was a good buy or not. The comps were hard to really find something comparable for us as far as a sale, but for $15, it's hard to pass up something like this. That like I bought some of these, a Yakima version of these, that I paid a lot more. Now Reese isn't the same. I don't think Reese is the same quality level as like a Yakima, but still $15 was worth it. Same goes for this little Steef, if that's how you say that. I can never remember the right way to pronounce that, but it's just a little lamb plushie. We paid $1 for it. I bought it simply because it was, and I'll throw up some comps if there are any. Went to the next garage sale and just got a couple of things. Now, I was at the same garage sale a couple of years ago, and we noticed they had a lot of Starbucks stuff, and it triggered a memory. I bought some Department 56 Starbucks houses that I sold for really great profit in the past. So it was nice to recognize that I was at the same place. This is looks brand new in the box. Hostess Farberware silver tray, and we paid $1 for that. We paid $3 for this Carabiner Starbucks mug. This is the exact same mug I had that I used for several years until I think I drove over it. It didn't survive my truck driving over it, but it's in basically new condition. I think it has been used. Got a few marks here, but thought that was worth the $3. And then, of course, I never pass up these clamshell Jane Fonda workout tapes, and this was $1 as well. Went on to the last garage sale. This was the best stop of the day, where we really got some great items. Right on top here, this is the pretty beat up box, but this is the Beauty and the Beast VHS limited collection. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. The only thing open in here is this work in progress VHS. The actual movie is sealed, the CD is sealed, this lithograph envelope is sealed, and then the book is in nice condition. So we may end up keeping that. We actually have a couple of cells from the movie. So who knows? The box just has so much wear. I'm sure it sat in a garage, probably got chewed on by mice or something. Who knows? Below, I'll take this off so you can see. They had a lot of games. This one was just unique enough to ask what they wanted. They really didn't. I'll tell you the total we paid for everything. But this is a Scrabble, Monopoly, checkers, chess, dominoes, everything new in the package. Nice set. I mean, it does have a little wear because it's been opened, obviously, but just minor shelf wear. Really cool. Who knows? We may end up keeping that as well. We are going to keep this, and this is a color laser jet. Now, I forget, I think they wanted $200 for this, and I asked about, how it printed, and we were able to plug it in and was able to at least check and see how the toner cartridges were, and it's only had, well, this doesn't show how many pages altogether. One of these shows how many pages altogether this printer has printed, but it looked good enough. We were looking for a printer just like this. We have one, almost the exact same model, and ours has started printing a little extra blue every time you print a page. So this one seemed to be nice and clear. We paid $50 for the printer once we figured out it was working. So that was good. And then back here, I just got one of these. I got a Dyson V7, a very similar version of this that were given to my daughter, my award-winning daughter who has moved out. This was a very similar situation. The seller, the woman said, "Hey, there's a problem with it," and so I offered the same $10 that I offered for the last Dyson, and she accepted. Now the battery is toast on this one, so we'll need a new battery. But here's my tip for people who own Dysons: if you have a Dyson, it's not foolproof. You do have to clean it. So here's a filter. You want to clean that. I just run it in water and let it dry out. But you also have to actually empty the Dyson occasionally. This is so packed full. This entire tube is packed full of stuff you vacuum up. So we will take all of this apart, clean all the pieces, clean the inside of the tube, get a new battery, and this will be a great sale. There's also a couple of accessories here that we will also clean up. This is a nice one. My daughter will probably want this one for her Dyson because I don't think I have this one, and it will fit. And then here's this goofy, I don't even know what you use that for. Is that a ceiling fan attachment? This one doesn't have the nice wall mount clip that the one I gave my daughter, but I don't know if my daughter wants the wall clip, so I may just swap them. We'll do this last, but I also got this sealed Rummy Cube game. Not sure on the value of that, but these were just add-ins. Monster High movie, and then several copies of Ichiro's very first magazine. And the final item, you just saw in my last video where I talked about finally finding one of these at Goodwill, and they had a TV for sale that I think they were asking too much, but I just asked if they would sell this separate. So I was able to pick up another Samsung One Connect box with the cable for $10. I'll probably sell this for $100, and that $100 will pay for everything that we bought here today from that garage sale. Now, I looked into these Sports Illustrated, and I think one of these might be worth grading. The other ones have a little bit of wear right on the edge here, but I'll see what it would take to grade one of these. But graded ones, nicely graded ones, look like about $150 a piece. We may end up just listing these for sale. Maybe send this one in for grading and list these multiple quantity. I also got this other special edition bowls. This was after their first three-peat, special collector edition. So some great stuff, just unexpectedly after my trip to the urgent care. So this was an urgent garage sale and thrift store purchase. There you have it.